Hey there, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Hey, thanks for checking me out. I'm pumped up today. I had a large coffee this morning and driving to work. And again, apologize. A lot of people don't like my videos because I do a lot of them driving to work, but that seems to be the only time that I have. I like to sometimes just contemplate in quietness and not do videos, but today I thought I'd do one. One of the reasons I thought to do one this morning is I got up early this morning. I woke up about, I would say 5 o'clock. I was like, oh, I'm wide awake. No, 6 o'clock. Sorry, 6 o'clock. I was wide awake. I was like, oh, and I started thinking about what to do in a video, and then all of a sudden I got the whole script, and I was like, should I do it? And then the bed shook. Now I'm sleeping next to my wife. She's asleep. But then it's kind of funny when every once in a while when you need, I'm in bed and you have I don't know if you get this or not, but then you have a thought, and then the idea is, are angels reading my thoughts? And an angel instantly, miraculously, teleported next to my bed and just shook it. Is that what's going on? Because I'm going off on tangent because that happens. I'm pretty sure. Just want to see if anybody else ever had that happen to you, and I'm sure it can happen, where the bed shake, it's just a little shake, and I'm like, look over, my wife's not moving. Theoretically, she could have moved and I didn't know, or moved her foot and it would have shook the bed. But it's always seems to be something like, hey, you should really do this, and shake the bed a little bit. If I'm laying in bed thinking something, I'm like, oh, okay, thanks. So it's just these signs you get and things like that. That's why I started making this channel. My first video was on 11/11, which I think is a sign of the second coming, and because there's two witnesses at the beginning, two witnesses kind of thing, and then there's two witnesses, and then there's a doorway is the middle. But anyway, I digress. So I'm trying to always do good stuff, and I used to get obsessed with what's good, what's bad, what's good, what's bad, what's good, what's bad, and we all get, maybe not we all, maybe I do. I got obsessed. You get obsessed with, hey, is this good? Hey, is this bad? Hey, is this good? I used to, when I was younger, I guess it's my Catholic upbringing, and and trying to discern, what's good and what's bad. So I wanted to talk about to you, the main thrust of this video is about judgment, and I'm being good and having judgment. So judgment is actually a really good thing, although it sounds scary. People are always scared. Hey, I'm being judged. It can be a scary thing, definitely. But when you're in front of the throne of God, and this is important, when you're there, if you don't come to find forgiveness for those sins, and ahead of time, or at least try, then you kind of you're just gonna shake apart. Those sins can't stand in front of God. You just can't. So it's like in the Bible, people saying they're gonna hide in the holes and cover themselves up. When judgment comes, that's what's happening. So you gotta, it's better to be judged in life than in death, because at least now we can find forgiveness with Jesus, and once he cleanses you of when you find forgiveness with Jesus, and you find that forgiveness, it's like when you go to this is a really horrible analogy, but it's like when you go to a dentist and you get your teeth cleaned, and then you don't want to eat anything after that. You're like, oh, I don't want to eat anything, because then you eat something, you're like, no, my teeth are so clean, it tastes really good, but then you're like, nah, I have to go brush it. Same thing, when you finally get that forgiveness and you get those sins gone, then you're like, I don't want to do any more sins, So it's the same thing. Anyway, I'm just gonna say a lot of stuff real fast, but about the judgment's like really important, and that's what the babe was shaking about. Shook was about judgment and how it's a good thing, and that people should find forgiveness with Jesus. It's like when I don't really have to worry. You don't have to worry. I don't have to worry too much about being like a cult or anything like that with me, because when people, if I'm always trying to do the right thing and people are like trying to like follow me, like I had somebody who tried to follow me before, and I mean, some people do, a little bit. I'm friends with people, but when they, and then I start texting them, I'm showing them kind of cool stuff, like, hey, there's this happened, and then they start, looking inward, and then they start freaking out because they realize that they're in a really sinful place in their life, and then I don't hear from them again. So if you want to hang with me, you gotta really look inward, and then once you look inward, you gotta find Jesus, and you gotta get that forgiveness. So it's about judgment. Judgment's here, and that's why when these soldiers these Russian soldiers are invading, Ukraine, and instead of invading, some of them are shooting themselves in the leg. Is that a good thing? Yeah, kinda. It's horrible. You have to do that, but instead of, it's like they say, better to take out your own eye and all that. So, where was I going with this? I was talking about judgment. There's a lot to talk about. I had talked about, my last video was about retreats. I was so positive about it. And you know what? It's just like the manifestations are just like always off the hook. So someone, I was messaging, and totally completes different subject. They said, hey, I have a place for retreats in the Caribbean. I have a place, cruise ships go, and we do snorkeling and all this. Maybe you want to do it with there. And they like kind of approached me, and I didn't say anything about retreats, and I didn't in spiritual retreats. And it was just like, I just prayed about that. I just made a video, and I sent them a video. I just made a video about this, and like a few days later, I prayed on it, and you're approaching me, hey, you want to do, a retreat in my Caribbean resort? Like, what? So that's so crazy and cool and so exciting. But like, I'm thinking, if I'm getting right with God, you gotta really, this would be an awesome retreat, but everybody has to like, I don't want everybody to like fly apart, you know what I'm saying? You got to really find forgiveness first so you can get that spiritual work done. And I was going to talk about this. I had somebody message me. They said I came to them in their dream, and then they were spiritual work with them and showing them things, and like, appreciate that. I don't know, maybe it's just archetype, maybe that's just something you're thinking of. But I had someone else I was doing distance healing with, and then they said, hey, you're coming to my dream, I'm having sexual dreams. I said, whoa, that's not me. So hard for me to say, hey, that's me in one dream and that's not me in another dream. You know what I mean? It's your dreams, not my dreams. So I don't know, just dream good things. If you're dreaming of me, that's your own dream. But that person said that sexual dreams about me, and I was doing distance healing with them. I said, I can't continue with you anymore. I just can't, and I had to break off contact because I said, that's not what I'm about. That's not what I'm doing. Anyway, and I'm trying to keep these always. There's this website called Free Rice. They should really try out, and it's like you're doing it's a game, but every time you play it, you give 7 grains of rice to someone in the world. It's legit for free. They get it, so you can feed hungry people. It's amazing. Anyway, like, subscribe, share. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, bye-bye.